Ballz.
Balls. They're beautiful. There's movies about balls, adult movies about balls, and of course, there's games about balls. So I wanted to take a look at one of them. This game is called
Ballz 3D.
and it's legit one of the worst games I've ever played. Let's get to it. Ballz 3D, also known as Ballz 3D, fighting at its ballsiest, is a game released in 1994 by Accolade for the Super Nintendo and also the Sega Genesis. It was released for the 3DO2, but I don't know what that is because I'm uncultured. Upon release, this game was met with mostly negative reception from the likes of me and a few publications. I guess this was a quality standard for the 90s or something. Okay, but that's enough context, I think. Let's get into the actual game. So, after a little cutscene as the intro with some awful background music, we get to the main menu, where we only have 3 options: 1 player, 2 player, as if you ever wanted to play this with a friend, and the settings. You can play as various characters such as Kronk, Boomer, Bruiser, Turbo, Tsunami, Yoko, Crusher, and Divine, which is the character I ended up picking. Your goal is to fight 14 enemies before getting to the final boss called Jester, and the fights range from very easy to nearly impossible, so in other words, thank God for save states. It's pretty much just a button masher but with balls, and I mean it. Look, I'm going crazy playing this thing. And you might be thinking, this game isn't that bad, it probably doesn't suck. No, it does suck, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video in the first place. Let me show you. First fight, Divine vs Boomer. It's the first fight, but even then it was kinda tough, which doesn't make sense cause I'm playing in medium difficulty, so I can't even imagine what a hard mode would be like. And I don't want to, cause that would imply playing the game again, and no. So you have to kill him twice and break his balls, and that's pretty much it. There's barely anything to this. The text in the background is kinda weird though, shattered and raised. Loco colors, kiss the canvas, sock sidewalk? What the fuck is that? Oh fuck you! Dude, it's currently 3 AM, so I can't really go outside and suck a sidewalk, so I'll just keep playing Ballz 3D instead. Actually, I think I'd rather suck a sidewalk than play this. But I have to make a video, so... Anyways, next fighter. Divine vs Tsunami. I don't know how to pronounce that word in English. And in here you can start noticing a lot of bad things in the game. For one, the difficulty is really high in this one, and it's just the second fight. You would think that such a linear game would have more of a standard difficulty curve, but not really. It's all over the fucking place. There's levels that took me 20 minutes and others that took me 5. So in the difficulty aspect, the game really sucks. But as a fighting game, it also sucks, man. Aside from the balls and the gimmick of having kinda dated 3D graphics, there's not much to this game. But I'll give it one thing. The music is unique, I guess. The main menu samples a girl moaning in the bathroom. What the fuck? Oi. Oi. Japanese culture, am I right? Divine vs Kronk, but Kronk looks like he's made of poop, so I'm gonna call him Poop Man.
Poop Man?
Yeah, Poop Man, exactly. This is so boring. I wanna go outside and do something else.
There's nothing stopping you.
Okay, Poop Man, bye bye. What? And I was about to win, but this motherfucker destroyed me at the last second. It's not fair, man. Honestly, I'd rather be playing the Stickman game. That game isn't very good, but at least you can, play it and have fun. This game, no, it's just suffering. This one is so bad, it makes me want to cut myself. Director's cut. You see what I did there? Okay, so apparently the 3DO version of Ballz is actually pretty good. The graphics look really nice, and while it still has a lot of ball jokes, not crush, the comedy aspect of the game lands a lot better, and it just looks prettier and feels better. So if you wanna play something called Ballz, play this one. It's actually cool. It's actually like decent. But we're not here to talk about decent games. We're talking about trash. We're talking about Divine versus Gagir. This ostrich dude can put his stupid head on the ground and get his health back. It's the most unfair thing in the universe. Especially because you move so slow that by the time you reach him, he already has his whole health back. This one was a bitch and a half to get through, but I actually did it, so I'm proud. We believe in female supremacy. Divine is the best character of the game. And the only one I used. Also, after killing the ostrich, you can get a red belt. It doesn't do anything, but it looks kinda cool. Next fight is Divine versus Turbo. Yeah, what else am I supposed to say? This game doesn't even give me enough things to talk about at this point. I mean, at least the characters are different. The designs, well, they're simplistic as fuck because they're just made of balls. They're kinda original either way, and I'm glad the fighters aren't just carbon copies of one another. That's definitely a plus. But everything else just it's so boring. It got to a point where I was actually annoyed by the background music, which, trust me, isn't very good. So I had to plug my headphones somewhere and listen to some real music while playing this. Next fight, and yeah, even the developers seem to be getting bored. They start to repeat backgrounds from previous fights, which makes the game feel even more repetitive than it should, which is not a good sign considering we're only halfway through the game. But don't worry, I'll spare you the boring details and just tell you what happened. Character 1 versus Character 2. 1. They simply hit each other while some weird message like "spill the tea sis" or something shows up behind them. 2. One of them wins after nearly a minute of fucking your keyboard. Yes. But make sure nothing exciting really happens. 3. Repeat the process a couple times and go to the next fight afterwards. That's essentially Ballz 3D, everybody. Now go make your fan games. And don't forget to add moaning women to the music, because that's what people wanna hear, I think. Also, look, I've got a green belt. That's cool. Divine versus Bruiser, and I'm starting to consider the possibility of stopping the video here. Like this. But there's still a bit of game we have to look into, even though it's boring as fuck. Anyways, Bruiser is pretty easy actually. You can kill him in 2 minutes. Just smash the keyboard until your fingers are bleeding and you will get there. But remember to open Y for Chunky. What the fuck is a Chunky? Divine versus Crusher. Boring. Next. Divine versus Baby Rex? Okay, so this game apparently likes child violence. That's incredible. I don't give a fuck. Next. Divine versus Divine? What? So like, I'm fighting against myself in a way. Damn, that's deep.
What the fuck was that?
Nothing. We are getting close to the ending, and I want you to remember that the difficulty fluctuates at random pretty much. This fight was a nightmare to get through. This dude can change bodies and get healed up to the max in just seconds. The worst part is he always does it right before he dies, which is so unfair. This one, no joke, took me about 20 minutes, while the other ones took me about 5 max. But hey, at least I got a black belt, which I'm gonna use to beat myself up with after playing this. And now get ready for the final fight. Divine versus Jester. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even finish this one. Like, dude, I was so bored. I wasn't even having fun anymore. And remember, I was playing in medium difficulty, and I get it's the boss fight, but still, it's nearly impossible, dude. No. I refuse to play this. I'm gonna play with some actual balls now. Bye bye. Okay, I'll try it once. Guess I'll go suck on a sidewalk. Balls, 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 balls,
Balls, nigga.